Hi, welcome to this tutorial. Before we begin, kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video and share it with your friends. In this video, we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Paper 4 Extended, Variant 4.1, October-November 2018, question number 6 onwards. 6A. Part A. The Venn diagram above shows information about the number of students who study music, drama and geography. How many students study music? This whole circle is for music, so we will add the numbers together. 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4. 14 students. Next part of the question. How many students study exactly 2 subjects? Exactly 2 subjects are this is 2, this is 2 and this is 2. So how many are there? 3 plus 4 plus 9. 16 students. Two students are chosen at random from those who study drama. So now we are choosing only from drama. Calculate the probability that they both also study music. First, let's find out the total number of students who study drama. So 3 plus 8 plus 2 plus 9. That is 22 students who study drama is. Out of the 22 students, there are 5 students who study music. 3 and 2, 3 plus 2, 5. So 5 over 22 is the probability that the first student studies music. And if he chooses another student, because one student has become less now, there'll be 4 students and the total number of students will also be less. It will be 21. So 5 times 4, 20 and 22 multiplied by 21, 462. So that's the probability. In the Venn diagram above, shade M intersection D complement. D complement, think of it as not D. So M, what is common in M and in not D. That is the part we have to shade. You can also think of it as M intersection not D means the only M part, which is this one, without the intersection. In question number B1, element X is such that X is an integer and 1 is less than or equal to X and X is less than or equal to 10. So let's write down the numbers in the element set. We have 1, 2. Integers means full numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 and 10. Set A, X is such that X is even. What are the even numbers? Even numbers are numbers ending with 2, 4, 6, 8 and 0. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 4 is an element of A intersection B. This part is your intersection and 4 is an element of it. So 4 will come here. The number in A intersection B is 1. So we have only 4 here. Let's complete the set A. 4 has been in the intersection. What is remaining? 2, 6, 8 and 10. Then we have been further told that A union B complement is 179. A union B is the full 2 circles. This is A union B. And A union B complement, think of it as A union B naught. So if this is A union B, what will A union B naught? The outside part. So this is 1, 7 and 9. Now let's check which numbers have we used. We used 1, 7 and 9 and 2, 6, 8 and 10 and 4. 3 and 5 are remaining. That will be in the only B part. B2, use your Venn diagram to complete the statement. So we have to write the set B. This whole circle is set B. So we have 3, 4, and 5. In this question, we have been given a triangle and we have to calculate the area. This is not a right angle triangle. When you don't have a right angle triangle and you want to find the area, we use the formula half AB sine C. Remember that A and B are the side and C is the angle in between the two sides. So we'll replace all the values that we have. A is 8.9 and B is 12.5 into sine 130.6. We will get 42.23 rounded to one decimal, so 42.2 square centimeter. We have been given two triangles here, and in the diagram AB is equal to 18 centimeter and BC is equal to 21.3, BD is 11.6, and angle BDC is 123.5, and angle ABC is a right angle. Okay, so if we join this here, ABC is a right angle. Calculate angle BCD. BCD. We have to find this angle when two sides and one angle is given and you want to find the third angle. We use the sine rule. This is the rule we use. We replace whatever value has been given to us. So in this case, sine A, which is sine D, sine 123.5 over A. A is the side. What is opposite the angle 123.5? 21.3. And you want to find sine C, the angle C. So we'll write it as sine C. And the side opposite the angle C is 11.6. Therefore, sine C is equal to sine 123.5 over 21.3 times 11.6. C is equal to sine inverse. You can put the whole thing in the calculator at one go. 123.5 over 21.3 times 11.6. And we will get 27 degrees. So angle BCD is equal to 27 degrees. In part 2, calculate AD. So we have to find AD. We have got this as 27 angle BCD, and angle CBD will be 180 minus 123.5 minus 27. That is 29.5. 29.5 is this part only. This whole B is equal to 90 degrees. So angle ABD will be 90 minus 29.5. That will give us 60.5. You have been given two sides and an included angle, and you want to find the side opposite to the angle given to you. To do that, we will use the cosine rule. This is the cosine rule. A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. If the angle A is given to you, you can find side A using this formula. So we are supposed to find AD square we have to find, so we'll write AD square is equal to 11.6 square plus 18 square minus 2 times 11.6 times 18. It doesn't make a difference which is your B and which is your C. Your A must be correct, cos 60.5. This will give us 252.92 Write more numbers after a decimal so you get an accurate answer. Therefore, AD is equal to square root of 252.9239, and we will get 15.9. So AD is 15.9 centimeter. Next question, write down the coordinates of A. We first look at the x value. X is 5 and y is 6. So the coordinates are 5 and 6. B, find the equation of line L in the form y is equal to mx plus c. For this, you need to find your gradient. And to find the gradient, we use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Find 2 points. Try to choose a one with a 0 on it. It's much easier. So 0 and 3, and another point which is on the line, we can take 5 and -1. We are going to replace it here. So we'll get 3 minus -1 over 0 minus 5, which is 4 over 5, -4 over 5. We found our m, which is -4 over 5. C is your y-intercept. And this here, y-intercept means it cuts the y-axis. This is our y-axis. So the point is 3. Therefore, your equation of line L is y is equal to -4 over 5x plus 3. Next question. Write down the equation of the line parallel to L that passes through the point B. Point B is here, it's 0 and -2. Parallel means the gradient is the same. So we already know it's going to be y is equal to -4 over 5x. And it passes through the point B. The y-intercept of B is -2. So this is your answer. Question number D. C is the point 814. D1. Write down the equation of the line perpendicular to line L that passes through the point C. This is the equation of the line L. Now we have to find the equation of the line that is perpendicular. When two lines are parallel, remember the gradient is the same. If two lines are perpendicular, then your gradient, what is our gradient here in this line? -4 over 5. So the gradient of the perpendicular line is, we flip this over. It will be 5 over 4, and we change the sign. This gradient has a negative, so the perpendicular gradient will be positive. And now we are going to use y is equal to mx plus c and substitute the x and the y and the gradient that we have found. So 14 is equal to 5 over 4 times 8 plus c. 14 is equal to 10 plus c. This 10, when we bring here, it will be negative. 14 minus 10 is equal to c. Therefore, 4 is equal to c. M is 5 over 4x and our c is 4. So that is the equation of the perpendicular line to the line L. In D2, calculate the length AC. The length formula. So we need to find the length of AC. C is 8 and 14 and A is 5, 6. We found it before. So the length is going to be 8 minus 5 square plus bracket 14 minus 6 square. So we minus the 2x and square it, and minus the 2y and square it. And this will give us 8.54. So the length is 8.54 centimeters. D3, find the coordinates of the midpoint of BC. This is the midpoint formula. x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. We want to find the midpoint of BC. This is C and this is B. We will add the two x's, which is 8 plus 0 divided by 2 and 14 plus minus 2 divided by 2. This will give us 4 and 6. So this is the midpoint of BC. Question number 9. Paolo and Jim each buy sacks of rice but from different shops. Paolo pays $72 for sacks costing M dollars each. Jim pays $72 for sacks costing M plus 0.9 each. Find an expression in terms of M for the number of sacks Paolo buys. The total he pays is 72 and each one is M dollars. Therefore, the number of sacks he buys will be 72 divided by M. A2. Find an expression in terms of M for the number of sacks Jim buys. Again, Jim pays $72 and each bag is for M plus 0.9. So when we divide 72 by M plus 0.9, we will know the number of bags or sacks he buys. In B, Paolo buys 4 more sacks than Jim. Write down an equation in terms of M and show that it simplifies to 10m square plus 9m minus 162 is equal to 0. So Paolo buys 4 more sacks than Jim. So if you want to make them equal to each other, from the number of sacks that Paolo buys, we have to subtract 4. Then it will equal the number of sacks Jim buys. Let's bring the terms which have m on one side and the 4 will bring it to the other side. Always if you are solving a fraction, you need to have a common denominator. You have m plus 0.9 here and m here. Multiply by m plus 0.9 in the denominator and the numerator to have a common denominator. Multiply by m. Open the brackets up. We will have 72m plus 0.9 multiply by 72. We'll get 64.8 minus 72m over m plus 0.9 is equal to 4. 72m minus 72m is 0. Whatever is in the denominator, bring it to the other side. M plus 0.9, expand the bracket, 64.8 is equal to 4m square plus 4m multiplied by 0.9 and we will get 3.6m. Let's bring everything on one side. So we will have 4m square plus 3.6m minus 64.8 is equal to 0. We have simplified the answer, but it is not the same as what we are supposed to show. There must be some connection between the two. Let's check out divide 10 by 4. When you divide 10 by 4, you will get 2.5. So that I think applies to each one. 9 divided by 2.5 will be 3.6. 162 divided by 2.5 is 64.8. So that tells us that we have to multiply this equation by 2.5. So 4 multiplied by 2.5 will give you 10m square. 3.6 multiplied by 2.5 will give you 9m. And negative 64.8 multiplied by 2.5 will give you 162. So that's how we simplified it and showed what they asked us to do. Solve 10m square plus 9m minus 162 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. We'll use the quadratic formula to solve it, which is x is equal to negative b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. A is 10, b is 9, and c is negative 162. So to find your m, we are going to replace all the numbers that we have. 9 square minus 4 times 10 times negative 162 over 2 multiplied by 10. We will put the number inside the square root in the calculator and write the answer first. That will give us 6561. So m is equal to negative 9 plus square root 6561 divided by 20, or m is equal to negative 9 minus square root 6561 divided by 20. This will give us 3.6, and the other value we'll get is negative 4.5. So these are the two values of m. Next part of the question, find the number of sacks of rice that Paolo buys. Paolo buys 72 over m. M is the cost. The cost cannot be negative, so we are going to use the positive number. 72 divided by 3.6 is 20. So that is the number of sacks that Paolo buys. Next question. The diagram shows a circle, center O. The straight line ABC is a tangent to the circle at B. Tangent means it touches the circle at one point. It also means the angle between the radius and the tangent is 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. OB is 8 centimeter, AB is 15, BC is 22.4 centimeter. AO crosses the circle at X and OC crosses the circle at Y. Part A of the question tells us to find the angle XOY. This is the angle we need to find, XOY. But first we have to find AOB. To find AOB, we have to use trigonometry. It's a right angle triangle. We have the opposite and the adjacent. Opposite and adjacent means we can use tan. Therefore, tan O is equal to opposite 15 over adjacent 8. O is equal to tan inverse 15 over 8. This will give us 61.9. Rounding it to one decimal place. So this is 61.9. Now to find BOC. Again, we will be using 10. We have been given the opposite and the adjacent. So opposite is 22.4 and adjacent is 8. Therefore, O is equal to tan inverse 22.4 divided by 8. Tan inverse 22.4 divided by 8, 70.3, rounding it to one decimal place. So this is 70.3. Therefore, angle XOY is equal to 61.9 plus 70.3, which is 132.2 rounded to one decimal place. Part B, calculate the length of the arc XBY. So this is the length we have to find. We already know that the radius is 8. To find the length of the arc, we use the formula length is equal to theta, which is the angle, over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. R is the radius. Therefore, 132.2 divided by 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by pi and the radius is 8. And we will get 18.45, rounding it to one decimal place, 18.5 centimeter. Please learn the formula to find the arc length, theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. To find the area of the sector, we use the same thing, theta over 360, but instead of 2 pi r, we put pi r square. Part C, calculate the total area of the two shaded regions. So we need to find these two areas. To do that, we have to find the area of the two triangles. So total shaded area will equal to area of triangle AOB plus triangle BOC. And from that, you're going to subtract the area of the sector. Area of triangle AOB and BOC we'll find by using half times base times height, as they are right angled triangles. So half times 15 times 8 plus half times 22.4 times 8 minus area of sector. To find the area of sector, we use the formula theta over 360 multiplied by pi r square. Our theta is the angle, which is 132.2 divided by 360 multiplied by pi r square, and the r is 8. So this area minus this area. So this is what we get. When we add the two areas, we get 149.6, and the area of the sector is 73.83. Subtract the two, and we will have 75.77, round it to one decimal place, 75.8 square centimeter. So that's the total area of the two shaded regions. In this question, we have to factorize. Let's see what is common. 5 is common. So we will factorize the 5 out, and we will have negative 4p to the power of 4. This is a square. 4 is a square number. P to the power of 4 can also be written as a square. This is an important identity you should know. A square minus b square is equal to a minus b and a plus b. We will write this term in the format of a square. We already have m as a square, so 5m square. 2 can be written as 2 square, and p square square. So if we simplify this, we can write it as 2p square bracket square. Now this is like your a square minus b square. Therefore, we can use the rule and write m minus 2p square and m plus 2p square. So that we have factorized it. Moving on to the next question. Make p the subject of the formula. When we are making the subject, let's have a common denominator. So 100, this is 1, so multiply by 100 in the denominator, and in the numerator you will get 100p plus prt over 100. This 100 will bring to the other side, it will become multiply. So 100 times a is 100a is equal to 100p plus prt. P is common, so factorize the p. 100a is equal to p. If you remove the p, you will have 100 plus rt. Bracket means a multiply, so when you bring to the other side, it will be a divide. 100a divided by 100 plus rt is equal to p. Whenever you write as a subject something, that should be on your left hand side. So p is equal to 100a over 100 plus rt. I hope I've been able to help you. Thank you for watching. If you want me to solve any particular exam paper or topic, do mention in the comment section.